Hi everyone, Bandanner here, and a warm welcome back to the monthly WARNO tournament from SD League. Today we are with Berthags and Awoodenbox for a couple of games. I will note that this is in the previous patch before their new milestone, so I'm hoping when I record this that by the time this actually goes live they will have done a hotfix for that one. But as it stands, just so everyone knows, this is in the previous patch where the helicopters were still very good. Let's have a look at what Box has down. He's playing over here as the 39th. Motorazvedka pushing up to the front there. So Motorazvedka going there and there and there. Usual defensive spread across this map, nothing too exciting. A 30mm grenade launcher heading up to there. Not seen many of those. Couple of Mi-24 anti-air choppers. 3 in fact. He's got all 3 out. Wow. He is going heavy helos at the start. Not heavy, but fairly heavy. We've got an Igla and we've got some Motostroggy Metas heading up to there. And then here we have Igla, Conkers, Motostroggy and the BMPs with the BMP2s. And a command heading into Delta and then Echo. And then I assume we'll go back to the center. Over at this side, Berthags playing as the US 3rd Armoured. We have some snipers heading up to the front here. We've got a sniper heading up to the side. We've got a couple of M150s heading up here defensively. Got a bunch more M150s heading up, again, defensive positions all over there. They have the tow, remember, so pretty good unit. We've got a Fireteam HE2 heading up to this building, very defensive at this side. To be fair, I'd say Awoodenbox is doing the same thing at that side. We've got an anti-air helo going up there, which, well, we've got a few anti-air helos actually, 3 in total. It'll be an interesting engagement against those Mi-24s. We've got a Stinger over here and a mech rifles heading up to these buildings. And in the center we do have some mech rifles, an Abrams and a Chaparral. No command at this side. Let us get ourselves turned around. Let us switch over to the controller and get ourselves zoomed in. A reminder to everybody that this weekend is the Super League tournament. Please do come along, join us for that. It'll be mostly hosted over on Twitch, on the SD League Twitch channel. Obviously there'll be plenty of familiar names playing. Mi-24s are just hovering. Oh, we got an F4F in at the back there as well. And here come the OHs. Oh, here it goes. Phantom is in, taking fire from the Mi-24s. They have landed. Jet did take fire there. Got toes firing over at the BTR there. Igla. Oh, Igla gets an instant hit on one of the OH-58s. Nicely done. And the second. Oh, the Igla is just wrecking stuff at the moment. And this Igla gets that one. All of the anti-air choppers are down for Berthags. But the Chaparral has arrived, which poses a threat to these choppers at the back. Phantom trying to dive on stuff. Oh, Phantom goes down to the Iglas and the Mi-24Vs. Good opener here for Awoodenbox. He's now got a little bit of access with those choppers, firing from a low altitude. Chaparral is able to engage them though. Gets off a couple of missiles, does some damage to one. Nothing happening down at the bottom. I just checked the mini-map. They're both just defensive, as expected. Conker's firing at the Chaparral. Gets a kill on the Chaparral. That is the anti-air dealt with for the moment. There is another Chaparral coming in at the back, I believe. And there is one Stinger still in play. But otherwise, there is no anti-air on Berthag's side right now. Command in the center here for Box. HE2 AT coming in for a kill on the Abrams. Doesn't get it. Smoked in time. HE2 perhaps thinking about coming around for another pass there. Hasn't evac'd yet. Mech rifle's being pushed back here, but the M150 engaging on the BMP. Oh, another smoke just in time. These guys are both doing all their smoking. That sounds like an SU coming back in for that Abrams again. This time it can't smoke. Down it goes. SU-25 takes a hit, but is okay and now will be evac'd. It's done its job. That's a nice kill. Mech rifles versus the Motostrelki. And there's another Motostrelki there in a BMP-2, not even deployed yet. Command finally heading down to the bottom. And then back up to the center for Berthags. So he should be able to neutralize. But a nice head start for Box. 420 points and counting. Also coming in the middle here. Not seeing any more of his helicopters yet. Just hanging at the back somewhere, waiting for repair, I guess. BMP-2 coming in here with some more Motostrelki. He's got a good push going at this side with the BMP-1P. Mech rifles obviously can't fire their ATGM close range. They can only fire it a little bit further away. And there we go. Mech rifles are down. Command is in that back corner, but immediately moved out as Awoodenbox is on the move. Trying to secure more of this position. M1A1 Abrams coming in again. Does manage to kill a BMP-2. Looking for a kill on something else probably. I expect we'll see another SU coming in sooner or later. There's a Chaparral in position now for Berthags though to help defend. A little bit of movement at the bottom here. I see some red dots on the map. Yes, we have Mot Razvedka and Razvedka Sapri pushing up here. And a BTR at the other side. There is a few units defending there. Could be we see the helicopters heading over that way. Command back in the center for Berthags, but Awoodenbox. Nice bonus start there of 548 points. And at the moment, looking pretty good, reasonably in control. It's hard to say. I think Awoodenbox has exchanged better here. He's definitely got more on the field still. And obviously he still has all three of those choppers at the back, which are just about to start getting repaired. There we go, finally. Sapri RPO moving up in a BTR here. Though the M150 able to kill one of those BTRs. Good little engagement here though. Zoom us in a bit. M150 has now been put out of action effectively, as the BTR-60 is in the forest. Razvedka Sapri only have satchel charges, so they probably pose a little bit of a threat to that. But I'm not sure. They should be able to damage it, I think, from its top armor. But obviously an ATGM or a RPG style weapon would be much more effective. Good push going on at the top for Box. He's keeping the pressure on. There are more reinforcements coming in for Berthags. But Box is doing a good job here. Let's just swing round. There's those helicopters moving in. Let's follow those in. There's not a lot of AA there. He's still got the Stinger over in the middle and a Chaparral that's sort of skirting around the back there. T-80B having to back off slightly. Here go these choppers. The question is, where are they going to? Another Chaparral is coming up now. I mean, a few Chaparrals should shut down these helicopters, to be fair. Commanders had to retreat out at this point again. The Motostrelki BMP pushing up down at the bottom of the map. Berthags having to call in reinforcements as the infantry there are succeeding. But reinforcements should deal with that. Yeah, Mi-24s have been pulled back from this fight. He's thought better of it. Motostrelki engaging on the fire team there. Fire team should take more stress damage because they're not as ranked up. And they're a smaller squad as well. Motorstroke Metis being moved up to assist with that. A couple of units back here desperately need a repair. That BMP 1P has needed one for a while. Over at the far bottom of the map there, the reinforcements arrived, and Awoodenbox is having to pull back. He's still +3 at the moment, though. 31 minutes left of the game. He's in a good position at the moment. And he's consolidating control in the middle, though he doesn't have a lot down here. I said that as a lot of reinforcements arrived. Strella's coming in, a BMP2 coming in. So he should have plenty here, and he's moving over those Mi-24s. So this was the big thing I thought earlier when he first started pushing here. Would he bring those choppers over? And here they are, moving around. They will make short work of the engineer's flash if he pushes them up. Lots of skirmishing in the middle there, as Berthags trying to regain some control in this point. He's moved up the tanks, having to smoke them. BMP's being moved up to engage them here. Obviously we'll be mainly relying on the missiles, and don't really stand too much of a chance versus these tanks. The big thing will be the T-80s. Oh, and there's the killer. Oh, laser guided bombers, and the SU-25 coming in for kill on both those tanks. One tank remains. The SU-25 potentially could come back for another attack run, as it should have more missiles. But zooming out, that's not good. That's a couple of very expensive losses there for Berthags. And he's about to get pushed hard at this side as well, and he has no AA there. He is moving the chaparrals down rapidly now from the center. He's obviously seen these choppers coming in, but there they go, the Mi-24s mincing the infantry. They're going to have a very short time to operate before the chaparrals are in range. Still +3 to box. He's heading towards the halfway mark. Oh, and there's the surrender. Commiserations, Berthags. Well played, though. Good opener for Awoodenbox there. He just made all the right moves, and obviously, yeah, significant difference in kills to losses, as we expected. I mean, it was kind of obvious that the exchanging hadn't been great there. Motorstroke Metis did a good job there. Abrams did a good job at the other side, though, before it died. Gotta give it that. But, yeah, well played to Box there. Let's hop straight into game number 2. Welcome back to game number 2 with Awoodenbox and Berthags. Over on the right in red we have Berthags playing as the 3rd Armoured, and over on the left in blue we have Awoodenbox playing as the 1st British Armoured. Let's have a quick look at what Berthags has down. So we've got a sniper going up to Delta and into Alpha. This is the new dual version of this map, may I remind everyone. We've got a Mutt CV going up to Alpha there. We have some aero rifles pushing up to Charlie. We have a Cobra moving up to Delta to cut off any forward deployment troops or anything that might get there quickly. And we also have an Ito, an Abrams, a Cobra, and another Mutt heading up there. And now we have a Chaparral and a supply going down. Well, there might be a couple more units to go down yet. Let's spin around and have a look at what Box is up to. He does have some forward deployment troops pushing straight up with forward deployment Terriers, Paras, and SAS patrols into Delta and Charlie. He's also got a Milan Paras heading into the middle here. He's got some Terriers, Paras, Carl Gustav heading into Bravo, along with a Scouts Law 80. Got a few Javelin LMLs heading in there, and everything else is heading down at the bottom. We have Javelin LMLs times 3, 2 armor rifles. Sorry, 3 armor rifles in Warriors, a tracked Rapier, and a Chieftain command tank heading down the bottom here. So he's going all in. He's going to have issues early doors, though, because of those Cobras. Let's have a look. We've also got 2 Phantoms coming in. And this is some really, really heavy AA right at the start. Coming in to protect those Cobras. No aircraft out yet from Awoodenbox. Here's the Cobras. They are only going to get a chance to kill 2 squads of units, potentially. One of the Cobras did seem to go up to the top there, but has been redirected. Jet is in at the other side for box now. Not sure what it is. Cobra's able to do a bit of damage here. Haven't actually managed to kill either of the infantry squads. There we go. SAS patrol goes down. The Javelin LMLs are coming in. The Phantoms have seen off that jet. It has evac'd. Down here, SAS patrol going in against these arrow rifles, which have already managed to land. One Javelin LML has been destroyed, but both Cobras are down. Javelin LMLs have done their job. Phantoms swinging back around there. But I imagine they'll be removed from the map now. They're no longer needed to protect those helicopters. But the helicopters did their job. They killed those couple of squads of infantry. Strafing runs here on the Javelin LML. Wow. He really wants those things dead. M1A1 Abrams there manages to get a good hit and finishes off the Javelin LML. A Warrior Milan has also been destroyed, and another Warrior Milan goes down. Arm rifles pushing in on this point quite aggressively low. No movement at the top there, and down at the bottom here, the arrow rifles did win out against those SAS patrol. Coming in here, arm rifles still pushing in. Chieftain Mark 11 Command manages to kill the M1A1 Abrams. I think that was a slight side shot. Well positioned there. Just hiding at the back. Currently +2 to Berthags. Arm rifles will gain a position in these buildings. Over at the bottom, Terrier's Paras trying to move in on those arrow rifles. They are out in the open though, so the arrow rifles in a much better position. I do see a couple of Gazelle rockets being called in there by Awoodenbox though, to try and clear that out. Over at this side, not much movement. Awoodenbox getting his command in that top point finally. Not really a huge amount over here for Berthags either. So really all the fighting is happening down here. Reinforcements only coming in down here for Berthags as well. Blackhawk with some more arrow rifles coming in. Where is that Abrams going? It is basically in the building with these rifles. Yeah, I was going to say he's reversing those out. That was almost a nasty mistake. I'm getting us turned around so we can see what's happening here. Jaguar HE bombers diving on this building. Good strike, and did some damage to the Blackhawk as well. Tornado coming in at the back. Does veer off though. None of them getting hit by that Chaparral. Marker went down the Chaparral. Gazelle rockets tearing apart the arrow rifles there. That was a good call in. No anti-air there for Berthags, unfortunately. If we spin ourselves around and have a look at it from Awoodenbox's side. Still +1 currently to Berthags. Awoodenbox needs to gain some control. He is moving his chieftain up to this point now, so he can counter cap. Neither player really bringing in much at the top. Blackhawk goes down to the Javelin LMLs and the Rapier. Gazelle rockets over here, just sat waiting for another engagement opportunity. Nice early start to the points for Berthags. We saw that in the last game for Box. It did pay off in the end. HE bomber coming in for those tanks and things at the back. Doesn't manage to get any good hits. Kind of catches the 150, but not doing much damage at all. Terrier's Paras coming in at the bottom here to assist on pushing this point. The Fox moving up to lay down some fire on the infantry. and the command tank also pushing up here. To be fair, the two M1A1 Abrams are pretty scary back there. Obviously not ideal to engage them with the Chieftain Mark 11, as they would probably win that fight, and that would be the loss of a command tank. So Awoodenbox playing it very carefully here. Just taking his time, not rushing it. Some reinforcements coming in at the bottom here for Berthags as well. He hopes to be able to push back into this point eventually. Command coming down from the top now for Awoodenbox. Rather than spend on another one, he's brought that down so he can go into the bottom point. Fox there, getting some shots off on the Abrams, but the Abrams just making very short work of it. Are we going to see something big and nasty coming in if I turn this camera around? I'm waiting for the inevitable challenger. Now we've got Chieftain Mark 11 and a Warrior Milan and some rifles coming in. Oh. Oh, two Gazelles go down in quick succession to those Chaparrals, and another. Three Gazelles down. He will still cap this point though, which will neutralize things. Terriers Paras, Carl Gustav pushing up this way through the buildings. Lots of reinforcements have arrived now for Berthags though. Spinning us around. How far away are these reinforcements? The Chieftain is almost here. Another Chieftain Mark 11 coming in and a Warrior Milan. Gazelle rockets trying to engage here, but being attacked by the anti-air. That has not worked out very well. Jaguar HE bomber coming in. Two Jaguar HE bombers going straight for the anti-air. Oh, wow. That was a beautiful strike by Awoodenbox. Absolutely wiped out all the anti-air. And the command vehicle. The command vehicle also died. Was that really at the back there? It must have been reversed out to that point, along with the Chaparrals to get away from the Terriers Paras. That is painful. Yeah, there it is at the back. That little vehicle there. That was a very nice strike. Very, very nice strike by Awoodenbox. He'll be delighted with that. Chieftain Mark 11 reversing very far back here. Trying to dodge some missiles, I think. Rifles in the middle. Having a rough time of it. Those two M1A1 Abrams doing a really good job. Pivad's coming in at the back there. Still, neither player bringing in much at the top. Awoodenbox has more there defending. Berthags hasn't brought anything in there since the start of the game. All the focus is down here. Another Chieftain, Mark 11 moving in. He will have plenty of Chieftains in here. Another M1A1 coming in for Berthags, along with another Chaparral and another CV. I'm surprised we haven't seen that Chieftain Mark 11 command try to slip in behind the buildings there at this stage. Another Chieftain. Ah, there we go. A Challenger Mark 2 coming in. So we will be getting some heavy tank reinforcements for this point. I wonder when we would see the Chally. Tractor Rapier there trying to get shots off on the F4E Phantom. Unsuccessfully. Berthags is building up a good amount of tanks here. He's going for another infantry push at this side. There's not a lot defending there, but there is another squad of armor rifles moving in now. And the Warrior Milan obviously can attack from range. And the autocannons, very, very good at the moment. I hear a jet flittering around at the back there. I think those F4Fs are in to dissuade any more bombing runs. As obviously so far those bombing runs have been very effective for Awoodenbox. Javelin coming in there for Box. And another Chieftain rolling in. Rapier finally getting a hit on one of those F4Es. I always want to call them F4Fs, but they're F4Es, those ones. There is a jet over this side. Tornado. This could be a good little push here with Bradley supporting. Stinger's also moving in. Ito also pushing up. Command is in that point. There's no counter command in there, obviously, and hasn't been for a while. One has just arrived, though. Warrior Milan smokes itself. Javelin running away from those infantry now. Obviously, the Bradleys are pretty scary with the TOW-2 launcher. And down goes one of those last choppers. The Gazelles have not fared well. Command coming in at this bottom point. Racing in fact, for Berthags. Lots of fire going down here. HE bomber comes in. Oh, that was absolutely beautiful. Once again, all the infantry annihilated. That was a nasty strike. Awoodenbox doing the work with those bombers. His infantry not looking so hot here, though. Those Bradleys have free rein to rip him apart. Yeah, he's moved them out this side so he can fire at the escaping infantry. That is quite a good tactic. The Bradleys cannot see his rifles, and his rifles are able to fire at the retreating Ito. Obviously gone out of range, but it was a good tactic anyway. Bradley's moving back around now. An Apache coming in to help with this point by the looks of it. Oh, the Warrior is firing at the Bradleys. Oh, what a beautiful strike. The Bradley smokes itself, but obviously it's in front. Oh, that was beautiful. Well done, Box. Javelin LML gets a good hit on the Apache straight away. Apache moving out of dodge. Just eyeing at the very top of the map there. Do you see that Spartan slowly pushing around? Box is having a look if there's anything defending the other side. So we might see Box start to move some units up that way as well. And think about doing a push at the other side of the map. Lots of pivads coming in down here. I think that's a sign that Berthags has had enough of these bombing runs. He wants desperately to kill these bombers as they come in. Though obviously the pivads, while doing a reasonable amount of damage, are probably more likely to catch it after it's dropped its bombs. Both players with just a wall of units now. If we look this way, we've got a wall of Abrams there, and we've got a wall of Chieftains and a Challenger Mark II at the opposite side. And just facing off, waiting. Currently Awoodenbox on a +2, controlling both the bottom point and the central bottom point. Another Challenger Mark II coming in. A couple more Javelins, a bunch of Warrior Milans coming in down here with arm rifles, and the Chieftain Mark 9 being called in. He's making sure he can defend this point. M1A1 Abrams command tank coming in here for Berthags as well. And another 3 pivads coming in. Wow. He's going heavy on the pivads. Let's have a little look at it from Berthags' side. Awoodenbox slowly catching up in points now. If we zoom ourselves down. So we have 6 pivads in. 7 pivads, because there's already one in the forest over here. We've got 1 Chaparral in. That might be the last Chaparral in the deck. To be fair, he's used a few of them. Oh no, there's 2 left. There we go. I know he lost 2. That command tank coming in. And the Scout's Law pushed up there, I can't decide. At the far side of the map. But it's been very quiet over there for both players. Some mortars coming in now for Box. Now the reality is, Berthags has a foothold in this point. I'm really surprised that he hasn't brought a command in for that. He still has the Mutt CV over there, which is waiting to go in that point. He could have brought that back and tried to get it in this side of this point, in the little tree line here perhaps. But he is bringing that tank in to do the same now, I believe. Look at this down here. Box looking to do a push with those warriors maybe. He is indeed. He's firing on the snipers. That's quite aggressive. I thought he was just going to keep them right at the back and wait. Jets coming in at that side. That is just some AA jets flying over enemy air defenses. There's the Abrams command going in. Tornado Seed coming in, looking for a kill on some Pivads. Does get a shot off, does not get a kill. Seed dodges the missiles that went for it. Here comes the Phantoms. One Phantom goes down, the other one takes some damage, and the other Phantom goes down. Oh, that is brutal. The Seed plane survives with minor damage, but it will get out alive. The loss of 2 F4Es is quite painful. And Box is really pushing over here. Genuinely surprised. I thought he was just going to sort of push to the edge of the forest there and wait, but he is actually pushing further. That's quite aggressive. Berthags utilizing his infantry and tanks to push this middle point. The infantry moving up quite aggressively. They will be taking a lot of supporting fire from the chieftains in the Challenger. Well, they do smoke because those mech rifles obviously do all have dragons. Apache flittering around the back there. Mortars laying down some fire. Could this be smoke going down in front of those tanks to make them useless? No, it is just standard mortar shells to harass the infantry. HE bomber coming in, going for a kill on the tank at the back. Oh, it's gone for the Pivads. The second one went for the Pivads. I think the first one did as well. But there's just a lot of AA there now, and both of those HE bombers go down. 2 Pivads lost, but 2 Jaguars also out of the picture. Mortars there managed to make the infantry move, but aren't doing a huge amount of damage. Now switching targets. M1A1's pushing in. Milan Para over in the middle there, firing across sideways. Doesn't get a hit. Challengers and Chieftains being moved back in to give supporting fire here to the infantry. The risk here obviously is side shots on some of these Challengers and Chieftains, because there are mech rifles spread all across that point. Over here at the bottom, there's still this ongoing little skirmish in the forest. And do note that at the top of the map now, Berthags has brought in reinforcements finally. He's got some mech rifles up there and a Pivads, which I don't believe were there before. MRLS coming in on top of those tanks as well. Forces them to retreat. Some damage done. One chieftain went down. Rifles were killed. Javelin destroyed, Tractor Rapier destroyed, Chieftain Mark 11 destroyed. This is a good push from Berthags. Still fire support coming in from this side of the map. More HE bombers coming in. Tornado comes in at the same time. Oh! Harrier HE bomber goes for the kill on the command and gets it. Another command tank called in. Tornado goes down. There's just death and destruction everywhere right now. There's so much stuff dying. Challenger Mark II goes down to the Abrams at this side. That is a nasty loss. Chieftain and Challenger here very badly damaged. But that was a good push by Berthags. He still has that command here that he could move across to this point. I think he's forgotten it's there maybe. Ideally he wanted to put it into this point, but it could be moved into that central point just to neutralize the points for a while. Because it's going to take a while for the Abrams to come in. But I think it's just a case he's forgotten it's there. It's easy to forget in the heat of battle that you've got a unit just sat at one side. Bradley there goes down to the warriors and the infantry. There's going to be another attempt on this point by Berthags, pushing up the infantry and the Pivads. Obviously Pivads do a reasonable amount of damage to infantry. Also looks like Berthags being a little bit pushy at the top there. There is a Chieftain Mark 9 up there now to defend that point. So it's not going to be an easy push for Berthags at the very top. I think he has more chance of getting into these buildings down here once more. Both players losing quite a few units in that big engagement. But I do think that perhaps Berthags came out a little bit more on top. But that means nothing if he doesn't control the points. Pivads absolutely railing on these buildings. But obviously close enough for the infantry to fire back. They're just really struggling to get hits, apparently. Some managing to fire at the Ito, though. How on earth has nothing hit that Pivads? I'm genuinely impressed it is not dead. Apache coming in at the back there. Command tank is almost in this point. Berthags has nothing left in this point except the Fire Team 84, and the mortars are pushing out the units that were at the back, and he's failed to get into this bottom one. Is he having any more success up here? He has managed to do some damage. The scouts are dead. The Terriers, Paras, Carl Gustav are in a bad way, and the Chieftain Mark 9 not looking great. It's in a bad position for all these infantry being on top of it. The only benefit is that if it's on top of those mech rifles, they can't shoot it. Command is up here, ready to be moved into this point. Here goes the Chieftain. Gets a kill immediately on the Pivads. That's the AA destroyed up there. Down here, we do have more units in this point for Berthags now. Awoodenbox just firing at the back there. Awoodenbox has a good lead in points with 15 minutes left of the game. We are over the halfway mark. Berthags needs success at the top. Where is that command tank going? He's going for the CV. He's ignoring everything else and he's going for the CV. The Spartan has seen it. He's ignoring the mech rifles. Seed coming across there, going for a kill on the Apache if he can get it. Lots of damage done, doesn't get a kill. Will swing round over air defenses, which isn't going to be great for it. Yep, Seed goes down. Pivad's also destroyed though at this side. Chieftain Mark 9 trying to get a kill on that command while being hit by the mech rifles, and the mech rifles get the kill first. Spartan trying to chase down that CV, and the Apache coming in to try and stop it. This is like, why is the Benny Hill theme tune not playing right now? Look at this. Spartan just dodges the mech rifles Dragon missile. Here's the Apache. Surely it gets the kill. No, it just stuns it. What is going on over here? Misses again. What is going on? Fine. What? That was on target. How did it miss again? And again, what is going on with this Apache right now? Finally! Wow! I've never known the Hellfires to miss that much. That was just very unlucky. I'm surprised the CV's still alive. But all of that has allowed Awoodenbox to bring reinforcements in. Javelin gets a kill on the Apache, and all the infantry have arrived to deal with the mech rifles and the snipers. There's also a Tornado coming in there looking for a kill on the Eagle. Oh my word! The F-15 goes down! I can't believe the F-15 went down to that jet. That was brutal. Awoodenbox remains in control of that top point. The command is still coming in to decap it though. Over at this side, the little skirmishes continue. Awoodenbox just laying waste to the industrial area. There's the command in the top, but there is a rover command arriving for Box as well. He's just going to take it straight back. Currently +2 to Berthags. This game has been a little bit all over the place. Well played to both players. There's still every chance that Berthags can overtake here, but I think he's losing that top point. The question is whether Awoodenbox can regain control down here. Though, honestly, all he has to do technically is stabilize. Box doesn't need to gain more points. He could just stabilize and wait out the last 12 minutes of the game. Command tank being forced out of there again by those mortars. The mortar harassment from Awoodenbox this game has been absolutely beautiful. Obviously, I'm sure a command will go back into this point sooner or later. There is a rover command waiting to go in. There's 3 rover commands in. So he's got 1 for each point that he wants to take. But look at the top of the map. There is a push happening down here, perhaps, by Berthags, but at the top, against no reinforcement, waiting for him, Box is pushing straight into this top point. Artillery coming in over here. That MLRS firing again. Just hitting that back area where those mortars are. I mean, they were almost out of ammo. If they die, I don't think Box will lose any sleep over that. He's back in control of this middle point. He's about to be in control of the top point. Aero rifles being moved in by the Blackhawks there, but there is no chance they're going to survive long enough to make a real difference once that command is in. And the other CV from his side is not going to get back in that point, realistically. Tracked Rapier being moved up now to try and engage those Blackhawks. Lots of fire going down on those tanks that moved in. The Abrams command tank being moved back out. Another attempt down here again with Bradleys and fire teams to push in. But as it stands right now, Awoodenbox is +4. Victory in 7 minutes. But I think the game might already be over. And indeed it is. There's the surrender. Commiserations, Berthags. Well played to both of you there. Really well played to Awoodenbox. Exchanges not as big as, you know, the difference wasn't as big this game as the previous one. Berthags had a better time of it, but Awoodenbox winning out overall and has won both those games. It'll be interesting as we get towards the end of the monthly tournament who comes out on top. I know that T-Man was hoping that Awoodenbox would lose one of these games, at least, so that he came out on top, but maybe we'll have a showdown match between the two of them. Jaguar did well there. Yeah, the Jaguar HE bombers were doing an amazing job. Over on the other side, Ito did well, Stinger did very well. I mean, I've got to give MVP to the Jaguar HE2s. They were doing an amazing job that game. Very well timed and controlled by Box. So all credit where it's due there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more WARNO over the weekend. Come and join us for the tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll see you all soon.